I never believed in spirits before I moved to Asia. Crazy. And I was like, I've got goosebumps now retelling it because it creeped me out. And a horn just beeped. Whoa! Guys, I shouldn't be telling you this story. Okay, so then. Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Cassidy and today I'm telling you a ghost story. Woo! So if you already follow my channel, you will know that a few weeks ago I made this video here, which is a reaction to Malaysia's top 10 scary urban legends. Now, there was a video in there about a taxi driver, and I told you guys that I had my own story that related to that one. And so many of you requested to hear what that story was. So today's the day. I'm like a bit nervous to tell this one. Okay, so basically 3 years I was living in Singapore. I noticed that a lot of my friends, I hung up with a lot of locals, and they really like to tell a lot of ghost stories. And being a foreigner living in Singapore, I hadn't heard any of these ghost stories before, so I wasn't aware that this story I was told was actually like an urban legend. So I'll give you an overview of what I was told, but the crazy thing that happened to me actually it's not the story itself, it's what happened when I retold the story. So basically I was told that there was a taxi driver, he picked up a good-looking young woman off the side of the highway who seemed like she desperately needed help to get home. She got in the car, he drove her to the address that she gave, which was on the top of, Mount something in Singapore, Mount Alexander? I'm thinking it's Mount Alexander. It was on top of Mount Alexander, and so her house was up there. He drove all the way up there into the darkness, dropped her off, and when he got there to turn around for payment, she disappeared. And he, did the windows just rumble? Oh, I'm creeping out again. Okay, breathe. So, come on, keep going, we can do this. So apparently she disappeared, he went to collect payment, and he thought she'd done a runner on the payment. She didn't want to pay. So he went to the house, knocked on the door or rang the doorbell, and when the guy came out, he said, oh, the lady who lives here ran off and didn't pay me, and he showed him a photo of her, and it was the woman who had done the runner. And he said, yes, that's her. And he said, actually, she passed away in an accident on the freeway a week ago. She keeps trying to get home ever since. You're not the first person this has happened to. Paid the man, and he went on his way. I've already got goosebumps now. Okay, so anyway, I then retold this story. I was walking to an exercise class with my friend Chelsea, and we're walking through Singapore. It's like dusk time, so the sun's not even fully down yet. So we're walking from the MRT station towards the studio where we took class. As we were about to enter the bottom of the studio, I had been telling the whole story on the walk there, and we both had like goosebumps up through our hair, like on our arms. Like we were so creeped out by this story. I was so convinced as well that it was like, no, the person who told me like knows this firsthand. So I'm like telling the story, we're getting goosebumps, we're getting really scared. And then we're being ridiculous. Like the sun is up, come on. So the friend I was walking with was having a cigarette. And when they stopped to finish their cigarette before we went into the building, I just finished telling the story. A gentleman popped out of nowhere, like obviously from somewhere, but comes up out of nowhere, and he was very intently walking at me, staring me straight in the eye with like this look on his face, like he was possessed, like he was compelled to do so, and walks up to me and starts speaking to me in fluent Chinese, very quickly just shoving his camera at me, like insisting, I'm assuming what he was saying was take a photo, and that was what I did for a living, take photos as Marilyn Monroe. So I was kind of like, oh, I understand the body language. You want to take a photo of us in our workout gear? So first he gave me the camera, he pushed the camera at me. I took the camera and I took a photo of him with my friend. And then as I finished taking a photo of her with him, he said, he gestured for her and was still speaking fluent Chinese the whole time. I had no idea what he was saying. Gestured for her to take a picture. And she was like, oh, all right. As she takes the picture, her face turns white. Like super white. Like she like goes into shock and she's like, never mind, I'll take it again. Takes the photo again. And she still looks really nervous. So I'm like, and she's like, one more time. I'm thinking, okay. She takes the photo. The guy continues to speak to us in Chinese the whole time. Walks away and she drags me into the staircase to go up to our class. And she said, ready? Are you ready for it? She said, when I took the picture, everything was in focus but your face. Your face was fully blurred out. And I took 3 pictures and it was the same way. And I was like, I've got goosebumps now retelling it because it creeped me out. And a horn just beeped. Whoa! Guys, I shouldn't be telling you this story. Okay. We're running up the staircase. I'm super creeped out because she's telling me my face is blurred out. And I was like, why was he talking to me like I should understand what he's saying in Chinese? Because look, rightly so, if I was Chinese, you would expect that I would speak Chinese. But obviously looking at me, it's highly unlikely that I speak fluent Chinese. So it was very weird that he was talking to me as if there was no way that I wouldn't know what he was talking about. Very weird. Anyway, so I'm like creeped out. I go all the way up to the class and I swear to God, we were doing stretches as warm up in class and they were making us bend over like and put our head through our legs and stretch our hamstrings. And I wouldn't do it. Because I don't know if you guys know, but in Singapore, they have that saying, like I think it's maybe Malay culture. They have that saying where if you bend over and look through your legs, you can see the supernatural. And so we're doing the stretch and I'm doing the stretch with my head up and then doing to the leg and I'm looking with my head up because I was like, I don't want to take the risk. I don't want to take the risk that if I look, there's going to be something there. And it took me like a good half hour of the class to get that, like, I'm not alone. Like, you know, I just had this like feeling like there was something with me. Most people will be like, that's bullshit. But I've lived in Singapore for 3 years now and I lived in Malaysia for 3 years. And everyone in that region knows exactly what I'm saying when you feel like there's a presence with you. It was so creepy. So creepy. So that's really all there is to the story. I've got goosebumps on my legs still because I lived it. But, you know, it's one of those things that it could be a complete and utter coincidence or it's pretty creepy. Depends how you choose to look at it, what you believe in. I would love to know what you guys think of that situation, how you would have felt in that situation. Tell me everything in the comments down below. And I'm sad to say that that is not my only ghost story from living in Asia for 6 years. There are a number. So if you guys want to hear some more ghost stories, let me know. Let's put them in the description down below. Let's see how, if I'm brave enough, maybe I'll film another one. Oh, I've got some pretty good ones though. I never believed in spirits before I moved to Asia. Crazy. Anyway, all right, guys, I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for watching my videos today. Please check out some of my music, check out some of my merchandise. And of course, if you like this video and you want to see more from me, give me a thumbs up, a subscribe, and click the bell for notifications. I feel eerie now. Ugh. I always creep myself out with that story. Anyway, moving on. I should have filmed this in the daytime, shouldn't I? Alright guys, well, I love you. Thank you for watching. See you in the next one.